What am I to do when they spraying lies, but this is the truth? I ain't gon' post, ain't finna hate on your growth, but they gon' hear my side in the booth. Somebody lied to me too, but Greasy gon' peep. People divide and they conquer, and knuckles allow it, cause they are not solid, they weak. What you know about loyalty? I can see. What about the vibes you get, cause they creep? Wasn't in the mix, but grew around the streets. I was on the east, right down from the tree. I was on the west, I'm reppin' Long Street. Went to NDS where Mills used to preach. On that same road, I got my hind beat. Still I glowed up and helped to find me, keep it.
We back again once with the Speaking the Real, man. Mr. Go Get It, man. I got a very, very special guest on today with me, and that is Carl-Toni, Queen of the Lake, Queen of the GGI, man, artist out of the 386 Lake City, man. And I got her on here, and actually it's my daughter, my baby girl. And I got her on here. We're gonna be talking about some things with her about, issues with what she got going on with her music, what she's trying to come back with, what where y'all can follow her at. And you know how we could do. That's how we're gonna do it on the Speaking the Real. And we're gonna talk some life issues as well. See how Carl-Toni feel about certain things. Let our fans know what's in the mind of Carl-Toni. So I'm gonna introduce her as my baby girl, Carl-Toni, Queen of the Lake. How you doing, baby girl?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great actually. I'm in a good headspace. So
Okay, now that's good. Now when you say you're in a good headspace, that means you had a certain situation where you had to kind of get to yourself, or you had to a maneuver, because headspace sometimes may mean the people that you're around, or even their job or whatever you're associated with, whatever. But when you're in a good headspace now, to a way, let's go here first. Let me go here first. When you did the album Queen of the Lake, what headspace was you in then?
Queen of the Lake, that was I might have been in my graduating year.
Mm-hmm.
So that wasn't too much of a bad year for me. I was pretty much just then I was stepping into new experiences. Okay. So I was just excited. I had a lot of energy. I was excited, and I would just do the same thing I do with every project, just talk about whatever is going on in my life. But since everything was exciting, everything was more so upbeat, and it was more so me planting my feet as Queen of the Lake. Going to plant my feet and then letting everybody know what it is, because it's a fact.
Right. And actually, like you say, when you did the Queen of the Lake, where you was at, also where you was planting your feet, and then you was also in a good space to where you had everything, Okay, so now that was your first one you came out with. So once you came out with, I think it was Carly the Diva.
Carly the Bully.
Carly the Bully. Okay, Carly the Bully. When you came out with Carly the Bully, what headspace was you in then?
Carly the Bully was pretty much the introduction to the A&D album, because that was pretty much after everything that I felt like was traumatic to me. That was after that happened. And that was more so during the time where I was starting to sit down and realize that whenever something hurts me, I don't let it sit as pain for too long. I turn it into anger. So Carly the Bully was more so, it was so forceful and hard because it was, I'm angry.
Yeah, because you came real good on, on that actual song. Okay, now it just hit. And that's why when you was talking about the headspace, so your headspace then was like, okay, it's a little anger, it's some anger mixed up in here. When Queen of the Lake it was like, I'm laid back, it's going on how it needed to be going on, the sun is shining, we at the beach having, okay. So now, if are you working on a project now? Well, matter of fact, let me go back to this. And the that's the album. And what does that mean?
A&D is
A&D.
Yeah,
my bad.
it's anger not dying. It's from a poem that I wrote in high school that was mainly about like struggles of the Black community, like where even if it was you're not getting fed as much, you can't eat as good, just different type of stuff, police brutality, all that. It was all of that, and because during the time I wrote the poem, that was what was really going on a lot. That's what it was. It was a big topic. So I kind of took a spin of that poem, and basically, because majority of the poem was about the Black community, but towards more so the end, you got into just the angry little girl.
Right. Okay.
So the
Okay.
the album went ahead and brought out, okay, now we're gonna talk about the angry little girl, because when I was the little girl, I'm not speaking. I'm letting stuff build up until it build up, and
Okay.
now it boiled over. And D was to go ahead and get it out.
Okay.
Let it come out of you. Just don't even
Yeah.
hold it no more.
Anger not down. It's almost, it always say that. It's always like be ye angry but sin not. You are angry but not dying. You're not gonna do anything that's gonna kill you spiritually, mentally, or physically through the anger. Yeah. Yeah. So now, do you have a project you working on now?
Yeah, I got a project I'm working
Yeah.
on now.
And now is it a different type of headspace than Carly the Bully and Queen of the Lake? I mean, and A and D, anger not dying.
So far while writing, I kind of feel like it's a mixture of both. And it's mainly like, I think my headspace right now while I'm doing this is to have fun with it, but also to show and continue to prove myself when it comes to my pen, when it comes to just being in general. Don't play
Okay.
with me. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
But I'm still enjoying myself. I'm having a good time.
Right.
That's the nature of it, because I want to tone it down a little bit.
Right.
And D was very vulgar. It was
Right. Yeah, it
that
was coming. It was, you know, when I was listening to it, and I was like, whoa. And I said, you know, this is when you come there, you can actually, especially when you come from writing yourself, you can actually feel the artist. That's why a lot of artists that actually ghostwrite, sometimes you can't feel the artist that's doing it because he didn't actually write it. And you can about tell it because of the how they
right.
vocal it. Something you got to be that felt it and did a little experimenting with it for it to really come out. Like that album came, and that was, I'm like, yeah. So now you say you kind of got like a mixture now.
A mixture, yeah,
Okay.
because when I finally finished A&D, that was when I realized, like, oh, I'm kind of going a little rough in here. When I was like, I can't play this round. My mama, oh no, this is a lot going on here. So I realized then that it was real. So I was like, okay, I can bring it back, because my first album, Queen of the Lake, that was no cursing at all.
Right, right.
And then you got A&D where it's like overuse.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because I do cuss bad.
Wasn't a sprinkle. It was a,
yeah. It was straight to it. So I'm like, okay, now I'm trying to bring it back where it can be a little less, where it's like the sprinkle in there now.
Well, I actually I seen the difference in both of them. I was like, but I also seen the articulate work in it, and I seen the angle that was being portrayed. A lot of times people say you have to be, you have to be versatile now. So you have to let, you can come a certain way that's not a way you want to come, but sometimes in the field that you're in, you gotta let them know, okay, they ain't. Right. So like we say, how we say it ain't all sweet over here now.
Right.
So this next album is gonna be a mix, which I like the both of them. I like, because I done heard the music. I came up when the music was, when it was no cursing at one time. The way, I mean, you couldn't even have the word ass on there. Now it's like, okay, they got all this underground, which that's fine, but to see it then evolve to this, you also have to know the message you sending to some people. Some people are kind of, I ain't gonna say are kind of, some people are ignorant to the lifestyle you're living, especially if they living in a whole nother state, but they just like what you're saying because it's articulate, or it's something they have felt themselves, bro. So is it outside of the music? What actually what do you do outside of the music? Like, let's say if you didn't see being a artist as yourself, even because I know you do the poem, so I don't even want to say a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Because once you can really articulate poems the way you do, it changed the game with me. I don't know how other people feel like it. With me, it changed the game because writing poems is serious. Right. There's a lot of feeling to that. So, but outside of the music, what is it that that you like? Your favorite, some favorite you like doing? Don't say eating.
I do like doing that. I do like doing that. I noticed that lately I've been going back to something I was really in tune with in high school, which is more so like psychology. Because in high school, I actually took a class for psychology.
Okay.
I think I might have got to maybe like AP, which is where it's like you close to being able to get into like the college classes.
Okay.
But I kind of lost track at that point. Like I didn't care too much for it, but I do still enjoy it because I Bam call me weird here and there because I like to watch like documentaries of like serial killers and
Right. Right.
like the Eric and Lau Menendez brothers. I like to watch that type of stuff because I like to just
Oh,
try
so
to dig into the mind of like what.
different type of puzzle for you. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I can understand that. Now, cause me, I feel like we do that every day anyway. It's just some of us are like you. It's a passion for you to study that because and that's deep. Because I'm like I watched that series on the Menendez brothers too, and then back when it happened, I had already kind of felt like, come on, it was for children because
Yeah.
back when we was growing up, you was scared to even look crazy at mom and dad. I don't know what talking about walking in no rooms, standing over them, stabbing them, and all this old
Yeah.
foolishness. So, but yeah, so that's something that you enjoyed. Are you still kind of into it, or basically you just because you say you like to watch it, you like to still to watch it, like kind of
Yeah,
like doing your own little research on it.
I'm still into it because it's certain series of different stuff that'll come up that I really like. I'll watch the series, but I also go on Google and I'm
Right?
reading up on
Okay.
the series. I'm just reading. I'm looking at interviews of how they was looking like in their interview. If they looked like
Okay.
they was remorseful, that type of. I'm paying
Okay.
attention to stuff like just looking.
I was about to
Yeah,
ask you, like, okay, what you looking for? You trying to see any remorse? You trying to, because you don't want to be led wrong by, because a lot of time evidence can still put you on the wrong person.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because something, it just can happen. You know. So that's it. So is it something that if you would try to go to school for, or is it just a passion that you just like?
I thought about that. I feel like it's just a passion that I just like because when I think about going to school for, part of me feel like I probably wouldn't. If I think in my head I wouldn't enjoy going to work every day.
Uh,
It's not something that I would say I'm gonna go to school for it and try to do this for the rest of my life because that's kind of because I have more interest towards the stuff like the serial killers and people who did stuff like Eric and Lau Menendez did. I kind of enjoyed that more than like if I was going to be like a family therapist or something like that. It's not something that really interests me. It's the getting into people's mind who have done something that you like. What would even make you do that? It's
right.
that, and
Right.
that's kind of scary when you do it because if you're going in
Yeah.
there, you interviewing these people. Sometimes they get fixated on you, so it's like just because of that, I'm not
Yeah.
putting myself in
Right.
harm's way. I'm not gonna do that.
So you'll play the yeah, you'll play with that's I can go with that because there's a lot of things I like that I felt I might have would have done, but I didn't do it because when it comes down to my safety, I'm like okay, even if it's got to be something that I truly love because then the first thing I'm gonna do when I truly love what I'm doing, I'm going to already mapped out my safety
Right.
and what but when it's something you love, you'll die for that anyway. So it don't even
Yeah, I
you
say
know.
I say it's more so something I enjoy. Like I
Yeah,
couldn't do it. That'll probably stress me out at night. Like just sitting there like thinking
yeah.
about just because you've been interviewing people. So now
Right.
you can end up going out in the world. You looking at regular people like, are you kind of off because it's regular people who do the stuff that they do.
Mm, that's
So now
right.
you watching everybody and you a little too paranoid. I'm already paranoid as is. So to do that, I'd be just a little too paranoid for
Okay,
me.
so while we talk about that, it's on that when you out now, how would you rate the mental state of the people that you kind of run into? I ain't gonna say on a daily basis. Well, I will say on a daily basis, but they're not the same people. Like let's say you like say on the job, you're gonna see somebody on a daily basis. Okay, but what I mean by you just running into random people just on a day daily.
Hmm.
Because some days you might not even leave the house, so you ain't gonna run into nobody.
Right.
But on the days when you leave the house to the gas station, to the Wally World or Walmart, whatever how you want to call it, the mall or whatever, even a football game, How would you say you would rate the mind state of people now?
For the people that I've been running into,
I'm just laughing because
because it's I got the people that I run into at work, and then
right.
I got the people I run into, and the people I run into
Okay,
just
we'll
when
just
I'm out. When I'm out,
we'll mix all that
okay.
in one day like gumbo.
Okay, so if I'm at
Yeah.
work, you have a few crazy people come through there. You
Right.
got a few people
Okay.
that
Okay.
they kind of off. They real perverted. Got a lot of
Right.
perverted people.
Uh,
Some people just snobby. They got an attitude for no
okay.
reason.
So where you work at?
A liquor store.
There it is.
You have like a few people that come in there. They real friendly too. You have a few friendly people, but for the most part, it's a lot of
Right. Yeah,
it's
it is. It is. And but you know what? You running in there, and even in Walmart now. That's what I was actually getting to. That's why I said mix it like gumbo because because I already know where you work at. So that is the trick to the point was you once you actually mix it up everywhere you go, it's like
right,
it's like you got your craziness, then you got the level headed person. You got that person that make you think, then you got the person come through and make you laugh, then you got the person come make you think, okay, I gotta get rough with this person. So you got a mixture of it, but it's like it's like you say in your mind is how many times is it bad than it is it good. You know what I mean? When you rate that day, I, Mondays is I think everybody just put it in their mind on Mondays, but I like Mondays. You know what I'm saying? The days that I be kind of leery of be Wednesday, and the reason why because it's the middle. It's almost like if Wednesday go bad, it's almost like the weekend finna start off not like that. I mean, what or like that? You know what I mean? It's cool
right.
how you think so, but so when it comes to how you once you how would you say you would handle? You probably pretty good now in handling it, especially after working at a liquor store. That is a challenge because some people come in the liquor store already liquored up.
Yeah, they got that bad. You got the few people that's like the neighborhood people. I got some people that's regulars where they come in. And I know exactly what you want off rip. Like
Right.
all I gotta do is see your face. So you come in.
Yeah.
You got a few people that come in. They already tore up,
Yeah.
which we can refuse service.
Oh, okay.
If you too tore up and we notice, we can refuse service and refuse to serve you again. So
Right.
we still do have those boundaries, but
That's good. That's good. It's because of the help.
really honestly it honestly hasn't been too bad to me. To me, it's been way better than working in the pharmacy world. The
Oh,
pharmacy world was just
okay. That's right. So you started out in the pharmacy. So give me a okay. That's what see now we can say something here. We you talking about a pharmacy store versus a liquor store. Now we done told you give me the pharmacy world. What you saying that you telling me where you at now with the liquor store with the people that you encounter on a daily basis. You feel more comfortable with them than in a pharmacy.
yeah.
And
With the liquor store, most time when people come there, by the time they get through the door, their spirit is up because I'm finna get drunk. They don't care no more. They finna get their bottle now, so they perfectly fine as long as when they get there, they card go through or they got enough money for it. They perfectly fine when they come in there. But the pharmacy it was also a stressful job because it's way more serious. It's life and death. If you give somebody the wrong medication, you don't know what you could possibly do to them. You don't know if they're allergic to it. If you don't know what it could do to them.
Now what I mean by when you say that, so when the prescription come in, that means you have to fill that prescription, or
It's as you move up.
as you move up. Okay.
As you move up, you'll start to be able to learn a little bit more where you can get in a program where you're a pharmacy technician now, where
Right.
you
Okay.
learn it.
Okay.
So that's when you'll start feeling it. But even if it's like if somebody come through and they have the same first name and last name.
Oh.
If you pick up the bag just because you seen the first name and last name, and when you ask them that date of birth, you don't make sure it's the right date of birth. You could have gave them somebody else with the same name medication.
Okay.
It's that type of stuff too that can mess you up. But it's also just the customers. A lot of times they don't understand what you mean when you say, hey, your insurance is not going to this and that. So now they hollering at you, they yelling at you, but it's your insurance you need to be calling because I don't have nothing to do with that. Or you tell them, hey, your doctor ain't sent the medicine yet. My doctor just told me they sent. We don't have it yet. Now you get it's a whole lot more nagging at the pharmacy than it is at the liquor store. The most they'll nag about is their bottle ain't in there, and if it ain't, they just gonna pick something else because they gonna drink regardless.
Exactly. Okay.
They came here for something. They gonna leave with something.
I can see. So how long did you work in the pharmacy department?
For a year, maybe close to a year and a half, maybe.
A year and a half.
Yeah, it was and I quit a few times in between that year and a half. I might have quit like a time or two and took some months off and then came back. Cause that it was just that stressful with that. Hey, like I'm not doing that today.
Yeah, I urge anybody that's working any type of job, if it's gonna be a stressful job, you make sure it's a job that you love.
Right.
Because you don't want a job that you don't even want to go on a job that you hate going on. Because at the end of the day, you it ain't gonna work for you or nobody else anyway. So.
And that's the thing I enjoy about this job. I actually enjoy going in there. Like I'm excited for what's gonna happen today.
Yeah.
Like what's gonna go on today? We done had police running there a time or two before. Like anything going on here, we like no. We just it's excitement throughout the whole entire day.
And that's also you know the environment that you work in. Actually, I work in, like you can't don't work in the war zone and don't think bullets ain't flying.
Right.
They flying. So it's just, and that's what I mean by if a person you do what you love, because if you once you do what you love, you done studied it. Are you willing to study it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, by any means necessary. So
because that's the thing. I already enjoyed alcohol before working in a liquor store. I already enjoyed it. I enjoyed it in a bad way for a certain period of time where it was like all you doing is drinking and you too young to just be throwing your life away drinking.
Because don't you have a song called Tattoos and Booze? Okay.
And that was more like a summer song.
Right.
Where I was like, okay,
but it was actually talking about what you talking about, what you you was into the drinking like that. So but okay.
Yeah, so
now I guess now that you work at a liquor store, you don't even drink like that. Are you just like a taste tester now?
It depends. It depends sometimes because we do have like it's so easy to drink now because I'm at a liquor store.
Right.
So we have like bottles in there that we'll sample out to people, and managers or whoever, they'll encourage you, hey, taste this. So when you trying to explain to somebody else, or you trying to sample out, you know what you're doing. So it's like, since it's so easily accessible, I still don't drink as bad as I did before. I don't feel, or if I do drink, I'm not drinking with the same headspace that I was before. Where before it was you drinking because you trying to forget, you trying to you escaping. Now it's like, okay, you're just drinking because I enjoy this. This tastes good. I'm learning new. Because I've even started drinking more wines, trying to learn more about wines, dry wine. Okay, this dry, this more so. So it's more so learning, trying to gain. It's drinking, trying to gain knowledge instead of I'm just drinking to numb away everything that I feel like sitting in now.
I'm gonna wash this away, y'all. I'm just gonna drink it. Okay, I know what you mean. Because I like tequila, but I don't drink nowhere near as high I used to drink. But tequila is my number one pick. Now I try anything somebody asks me because it's like it's just like I say, it's a taste that just got to be acquired or a taste you already I just like it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So now you ever put your mind on anything outside of, like, let's say, like anything like modeling or clothes or whatever, anything outside of what you in now as far as like the liquor store, you done did that, you're doing that, and then you got the pharmacy, you know, you the psychology, and that psychology thing is
Yeah, I don't think
yeah,
I don't think I because I did want to do like modeling more so when I was
you
younger.
know,
But the older I have got, like the things that I will look at outside, which I mean, writing books is kind of still in the same field. Like I
right.
enjoy writing books, but
What
besides
is
that, I'd probably say like social media content. Like if
what?
I just record my day,
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. It's just like writing a when you say just writing a book. If you what type of books would you write if you wrote a book? Because that's you know I'm telling you that's another good thing when you can be that creative. You know,
well, I haven't wrote a book in a while. I actually started writing. I tried to write a well, I'm still writing on a self love book
it's like a
where it's just
romance
well, it's more
or
so like
self love. Okay,
it's like I think it's named 20 somethings as of right now,
okay,
and it's more so just about trying to learn how to love yourself, self
oh,
love
okay,
in
okay.
your 20s, getting
So
through that, navigating
it
through that.
actually be something for females about something you trying to actually kind of
Yeah,
empower young females that
yeah,
come behind you for whatever, because you might run into some young females that run through the same situations you ran through, even
right,
in thought and all that, and you can help them through that.
right.
That's another thing that's real good
And
about
I
the
wrote a
music
book
business.
years ago.
Oh yeah.
One of my teachers, she had us. Well, it was really a short story.
Mm,
She had us writing a book in creative writing, a short
okay.
story, and it still kind of is pretty much the same thing when you really fully think about it. But I pretty much I'm mad because I can't access it no more because it was in my school
Oh,
email.
okay.
So my
Yeah.
school email lost now. But it was pretty much a story where a girl was in an abusive relationship, and
Uh,
she had to figure out how to love herself and navigate to say, you know what, I gotta choose
right.
me. So it's
Okay.
like I feel like that'd be more so my lane because even
Right.
back in high school, you wrote the same thing. That here you are, you 21 now, you trying to write.
I truly believe that's good because in the reason why it's empowering, especially when you have either witnessed it, seen it, you know what I'm saying, observed it, and know how it go. And because a lot of women that go through will talk to their friends here, but they still don't know
Mm,
how to go because you sometimes you have to hear it 3 or 4 times from three
right.
or four different people just to realize, you know, I might really
Right. And that's why for some reason I always tried to make sure I try to learn off of experiences a lot, other people's experiences. I
right.
pay attention to other people's experiences too. If I know 3, 4 people and did the same thing I did and I went down the same path and it ain't go right, I'm finna hold up
That's
because
right.
and I'm also an overthinker to an extent. I would think on something months to years before I make a move on it because I just got to make sure that this is gonna sit right before I do this.
Before you do it. That's
Because
right.
I always said whenever my time to go come, I want to be able to leave and say I had no regrets.
Right.
I didn't regret nothing. But if
Uh,
you're just moving, you're gonna end up regretting something because you're not thinking. You
yeah.
just moving.
So if you thinking that may be one thing you may try to write
A
you
few
another book.
books, yeah, a few
Yeah.
books is definitely something that I look forward to doing.
Okay. Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. Well, we got we got a lot of stuff to be looking forward to when it comes down to Carl-Toni. You know, and I was going to ask you when you came up with the name Carl-Toni. What actually you say okay I'm a, because I know you we also go to Gold Dahlia,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying, but let's deal with Carl-Toni right now because that's on the next album or the next actually LP you release that's gonna be up on the Carl-Toni because you already got one up on the Gold Dahlia
And then A&D is up
in
under Carl-Toni,
okay, yeah,
and then the next one will be under Carl-Toni too. Carl-Toni
okay,
was it was partly. I also looked at Carl-Toni and I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna use when I know I'm coming in hard because Gold Dahlia just feels so like it's a dahlia is a flower,
right,
so it feels so gentle. So
okay.
Carl-Toni is more so like, okay, well I'm giving it to y'all how it is, like
But that
I'm
Gold
giving
Dahlia
y'all
you can't
me.
hard on it though.
Yeah, Go Daddy was still a good one.
I got just got to say that. That's why when you say when I know what you're saying because of the flower, but then I thought about a road where it's got the thorns still, but it came. It was hard. So, but Carly the Bullet, when you came with Carl-Toni, Carly the Bullet actually, you know, made Gold Dahlia seem just like what it was. It's a flower.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was the gentleness, right? Because
Yeah.
that Carly the Bullet, you can't. Yeah, that he came on. Yeah,
Yeah, Carly the Bully, a good one. I didn't realize until
Ooh.
maybe a couple months ago how much people love that song. People love Carly the Bully.
Yeah,
People love Carly the Bully. I mean, the title says a lot.
yeah,
It was set. The
like,
title set the tone for the
ooh.
song. It was.
So with the Carl-Toni, it was kind of you just want to. It's kind of like okay, let me come back but it's gonna be hard. Then Gold Dahlia, but it's gonna be also mild enough that you can kind of
Cause and then it was also like my name's so unique that I said I'm gonna use my name, and then it just I'm gonna use my name. It's in the bloodline. Why not use it? Use the name and
okay.
speak how you feel, because how you feel is pretty much how everybody else had their moments where they feel like you too. It's the bloodline. So go ahead and that'll be that.
Going to release it how I feel you on that.
Release how it. And that's I also added which this won't be like a name, an actual name, but it'll more so be like how Nicki Minaj may have Barbie. That's what I have Lil Diva. Where it's like, okay, now I'm bringing out the little sassiness my mama gave me, where I got to be cute and dainty and look right. Yeah,
okay.
That's where that come from. It was just that'll be how everybody, Megan Thee Stallion, even she got Hot Girl, Hottie, whatever. Everybody got their stuff. Lil Diva.
So you actually get the Lil Diva from your mama. So that your mama's big diva, which we already know.
Yeah, that's big diva.
I just want to make sure everybody break it down and realize why she's saying Lil Diva. It's just like look Carl Gleason when he come with the Mr. Lake City. She because that was her mama. Her mama was and still is diva.
Right.
So we want to make sure we clarify that. Yeah, right now that's how she get the Lil Diva. So that's what I was gonna ask you about that, but you brought it in now. I was like, okay, she got to go bring a Lil Diva. Really, because it's raw, and you holding it down. You holding it down. Actually, you hold it down every name because you have each one of them show a different side of you, and it's a side that's like, okay, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Sassy, it's cool, it's everything, So I want to ask this question: when it come down to you collaborating with other artists, have any artists like actually reached out, or is there artists that, like you just said, well, this the only artist I actually collaborate with, or right now I'm on my own, because I know how I know how the music game goes. Sometimes people are on the collaboration, sometimes people are not. But I noticed that I have seen no collaborations. The only thing I ever seen you collaborate on was the Go Get It Reloaded, and that was with your sister and your brother. So
right. Yeah, I've had somebody ask for a feature. The thing during that time, and still just a little bit, was me. I didn't want to hop on a feature with somebody and I don't even have my stuff, my catalog as good as I want it. I only got 7 songs out. I'm not hopping on a feature with you right now. But if I have 14, 20, or I have like a good catalog where somebody can go and they can listen to a good bit, then I'll hop on something. But it's also me and Gleazy. Right. I'm like, that got to be the first collab. Nobody comes before, because me and Gleazy been writing separately, but together for years. We've been in the same house, just in different rooms, writing and just not writing together.
Right. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. When you said, I want my catalog to be. I don't want no. I don't want collab. And I got 1 or 2 songs. I want to have 14 years. You wouldn't. I'm like, you talking business now, and you letting the person know I'm growing. Then now I want to be grown in the area where you grown, where because most time when people ask you for a collab, most time they already got a couple of a good amount of either LPs or EPs out there that they've been running with, and they just heard you and said, "Oh man, I want to." because they already there. So that's why I'm glad you said that. You actually want yourself to be where you want to be, and that's good. That's one thing we have to learn about life. Period. Make sure you where you want to be when you start collecting yourself with other people. Make sure you where you want to be. That way, it's not no point intended, but it doesn't mean I came with you and you had to pull me to where now you still pulling me or still holding me to where I can't even get away from you. If I do, I don't make it.
Right.
So you want to show and then that also shows the person that's grinding as hard as they grinding. That if you grind, people gonna grind with who grind. It's always gonna be a reason why they grind with you. Either they gonna grind with you because they love you, so they gonna take your mistakes, or they gonna grind with you because they see you grinding. And if I'm grinding with them, we gonna. So that was good. I like that. That's what I really like. Now I was like, ooh, she talking business. Now, when I come to you, I'm already have me a game plan and everything ready to go, and I like that. Yeah, I like that. So right now, so when you say Gleazy, are you and Gleazy working on something? Or y'all talking about something? Now if it's top secret now we gotta pay Top Gun, top secret, and you can't say nothing about it. No, we ain't gonna work. We gonna let it do what it do. But if it's something you can talk about, all I want to know is just if it's something that you don't mind that your fans and your followers to know that okay, this is what I'm working on right now, so be looking for it.
Yeah,
You know
me,
what I
me,
mean?
me and Gleazy at least doing a song together is definitely in near plans. My
Okay.
if anything, my next project would probably have him in it. It wouldn't.
Okay.
I would go ahead and actually have a feature in there to
Right.
go
Okay.
and it'll be
Okay.
him do the honors with Gleazy.
Right. Right. Okay. See that's what I mean. So it is to the point where because I already know even when I listen to the Queen of the Lake album, and then you listen to the A&D album. Once you hear them, you already see the two different styles, and then you come in and now you're fixing to come with another one. And then you also say, okay, it's in a mix. So you collab with Gleazy. Okay, that's good. Okay, that let I like to hear that because when it comes down to that music, I'm like I want to see what they will come with. Like you said, y'all in the same house together, and then me knowing y'all personally, like as y'all being your father, I'm like, I would love to see what they come with. I don't want to hear. I want to hear it when it's finished.
Because it's
Yeah.
honestly been people for years asking like
Oh
when
yeah,
you and your brother, when you and your sister gonna, like, they've been asking for
yeah.
years, and it was more so like it's a time thing. Whenever we both ready and
Right.
we both got our catalogs the way we want it, then we can come how we want to come. Cause and I'm excited for it because a lot of people call us twins because they feel
Yeah,
like we
yeah.
we look and act the same to an extent. So it's like
Well,
I'm excited. I'm excited to see
w-
what could be written
well, I'm
and
gonna
put
tell you,
together.
yeah. Y'all up, you would think y'all was born at the same time, cause I'm your daddy, cause I can tell you, actually, they got the same temperament in every way. Y'all got the same go get it attitude. Y'all got the same. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. If I ain't, I ain't. And that right there is something that I love because when you already fixated on what you want to do, and both of y'all got that together, it's like yeah, man. So I was like, hey, even when he mentioned it in I think in Double Fold when he say GDU,
Um, uh, I
what is
was
it?
3 when my
Your
mama
mama
had
had
GD, but we
GD,
twins.
yeah. So it's deep now. That music, the poetry, it goes deep in the bloodline, and it's something that I know for myself. Y'all love doing because I mean y'all was also in what Method Poetry
Method poetry, yes, sir.
at Columbia High in Lake City. So that and actually I went where I was in Orlando and seen y'all going with the school there, Columbia High Method Poetry, and it was awesome. It was a lot of talented youth in there too. And Columbia High had some talented youth. I don't know if they still doing
Hmm.
the Method Poetry at the school or not, but I know that was a very good thing for
I
that.
mean, now at my age, being well, me and him being both our ages, and just looking at how we interact with each other now
Uh,
is honestly funny to me at times because I'm like, who would have thought when we was young, super young,
right.
like we got toy cars and wrestlers and stuff. We got them pretty much acting like they sitting on the block. We got your music playing with it. Like we always was setting the tone. We was always together with it.
Right.
And when I think about that, and then I think about now, I'm like, it's always been there. Even if we wasn't right, and we still was implementing it somehow. We was in there making movies together, and it wasn't even thinking of it as, we making a movie, but you literally making a movie.
And y'all connect. That was like, especially when you said we sitting there with we listen to whatever, we playing this, we doing this, and it's a bond. And then as you do it, the more you do it, the more you get stronger together and learning. That's awesome. Especially when it come down, like I said, when it come down to this music, I mean, it was real. It was, to me, it was awesome the way he gravitated to it. I think he told me how he was 9 years old when he told me. So you was 6. So I'm like, okay, okay.
And I sometimes I think back, I don't even think I can really remember the exact age where I got to it. It kind of just it's slowly because I mean, even down to Grandma, she would have the music choice on the TV. I would be on there, which I was as per usual infatuated with Chris Brown, so I'm looking at him off rip.
Right.
But every morning when we would get ready for school, Grandma would have I forgot the channel name, it might be CMT, I don't know, but it had the country on there every morning with the country people, their music videos, Taylor Swift, all of them. So I kind of I can listen to almost anything. Like when I'm at work, I might be working with somebody who listen to country. I can listen to country with them, and I start downloading the songs. I'm like, that's a good song. Or like I got a older man I work with. He'll turn on his A rocks. He got me listening to the play that funky music. Like he got me listening to that. So I listen to a lot. I can sit and listen to opera. I like to listen to almost. It's nothing that I say, I'm not listening to that. I don't like that.
Right. And that's good because music is music. That's all. Mm-hmm. And you just have to figure out what's articulate for you. And then that's what I was just telling. I was talking with some people. Matter of fact, in Florence, South Carolina, a lady that was singing up there in the hotel. And I was talking to her and I was telling her, I listen to any type of music. I said the only music I really don't kind of try to listen to is heavy metal. And that's only because it's just a lot of framing. It's not no words to it. So, but opera, I know the opera goes with you have to actually watch the person that's,
right.
So it's a different thing, So, and I love that because if you watching good, you can learn from body language a lot. So when it came down to that music with you and Gleazy, that's a bond that a lot of. And see, you don't even realize you're studying it at the same time. You don't even know you're studying it at the time. It's like your grandma used to say. Well, my grandma used to say back in the days, after you do something for 21 days, it becomes a habit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
because that's it's also. Well, I know for me personally, writing at a certain point, since I've always been quiet. I'm not talking. I don't talk about my feelings. I don't express. So when I express stuff, it's on the paper because I don't know. I got to a point where I just don't know how to express my feelings with talking. So it's hard. It's even hard in relationships because I might have an issue with my partner or something, and I can't even say it. I'm texting, but I should be able to say it. But I done got so conditioned to I'ma just write it out because I can't vocalize it.
And what that actually come from is just something that you put all your is when you write your feelings. Some people write their feelings. Some people talk their feelings out. Some people dance. It's a lot of stuff people do when it comes down to their feelings. That it's just that when you the type person like you is that you already a writer.
Right.
Anybody that know if you already a writer, I don't care if you're a book writer or a songwriter or a lyricist writer, poem writer. People would know who you are if they read what you write. Or if they listen to what you have written. So
because at A&D, well, not I wouldn't say A&D in particular, but transparency, that was really, it was something when I dropped it. I still have yet to listen to that song since I dropped it.
Which one?
Just with transparency.
Oh, okay.
Just because it's so vulnerable to me, like I don't want to hear it back right now. Like I push it back. I go listen to it here and there, but it's not something I skip past
Something
it
you
and
try to
play.
grab.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's another thing. So is certain songs, is there songs that you actually gravitate to that you have written? Well, I know you did. Everybody listens to their music over and over,
Mm.
and some people are so infatuated they listen to it. Some people listen to their music to try to articulate it a little more, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, or like you say to go back into a time where you was feeling and whatever you was feeling. So when you are there some songs like when you just said the transparency is one that you don't really try to go at? Is there a song that you kind of like? Let me go check. Oh, this my song. Now, this my song.
I
Yeah.
Carly the Bully.
Carly the Bully. Okay.
Carly the
Okay.
Bully. I like About My Fam. I like that one. That one and About It.
Uh,
Those two I really enjoy going back to listening to that, and then going back to Queen of the Lake, Antisocial, and Chit Chat. I
yeah.
go back to them
That
all the
chit
time.
chat. Yeah, I like that
I
chit
love them
chat.
too off of Queen of the Lake.
Oh man, I tell you, we ain't actually 2 cents. We don't need to add.
Yeah.
But yeah, that chit chat got. Hey, listen. Now the one that really touched me that when I that I liked it was the single. I think a lost love. Oh man, that one I was like that one kind of that one touched me because it was like it was almost like I'm like, man, I don't live that. You know that now that's one of my
That's
favorites.
another one I don't go back to.
Yeah.
I feel like most of the songs where I really
Man.
went ahead and just put my pain into them was just like I'm hurting.
Right.
I don't like to go back and listen to them. It's more I got too used to not being vulnerable.
I
Well,
think I
when I
can
give it a second,
understand
I'm
that.
like,
I
it's
think I can
cringy.
understand. I'm being honest because I when I listen to it actually I be teared up every now and then. So when I do this, I try to listen to it when I'm really by myself because it be I, I mean I get a feeling like they tell you. I mean when you say, especially when you it's one of your verses, you say uh, I, I had you say when I started agreeing. When you was somebody, it got worse when I started agreeing. Like it was just like something. I have to get it. But I'm talking when I was like, yeah, because I said, yeah. But once I started agreeing with people, then it's almost like, wham. Now they hitting you with everything that you supposed to agree with everything. You
Right.
know. So I'm like, wow. So yeah, that's that chit chat, gold bars.
Oh yeah, Gold
Now
Bar is a good one.
chit chat is my one. If when I feel like cocky, like I like, you know what I'm saying, it's the antisocial one when I don't want to be bothered, and then, but I'm gonna tell you that gold bars when I want to really, you know what I'm saying, oh man, when I want to just really kind of go back,
Yeah, I listen to
like
Gold Bars
that gold bars,
if I'm trying to get in that mode where I'm like,
yeah, that
okay,
gold
like
bars,
because it's a lot of songs. I mainly like if I'm in a mode where I'm like, because I have every now and then where I wake up in the morning and just feel like I don't want to do nothing today. I just want to sit
right.
here and pretty much rot in the bed, like because you're just feeling bad for yourself and don't even know why you're
Did
feeling
you say
bad for
rot in the
yourself.
bed?
Right in the bed, just lay there. You feeling bad for yourself and don't want, or if I wake up and I'm immediately in my head like I gotta go to work. I wish I could drink because I'm down right now. I don't know why. I like to go to some Gleason music. Right, exactly. Because I'm
Okay.
like, get up. It ain't the time to sit up
And make a
and be
move,
sad
yeah.
for yourself. Get up. You got stuff you can be doing. Do a Triller video. Do something. Right. Do something. Don't sit because
So
days feel better when I work. If
yeah.
I lay in the bed a lot.
Okay, so what song make you get up like that? Is it like if you had to choose a song out of your portfolio that you say, okay, this song here really will make me get up?
Probably Gold Bars.
Gold bars, okay, and then okay. Now I know you talked about you say you got Gleason. What song Gleason?
Five.
Five. Yeah, you know that five.
Five.
Yeah, that
I love Five.
five.
Five. I listen. Five or With Your Chest.
Yeah, just
Those
say it
two.
with your chest. Yeah, them my two
Yeah.
favorites too.
Them
Them my
two. I
two.
love them
Would
two.
say it with your chest. Yeah. Okay.
Or either
Well,
Belief. If I wake up and I just feel like, because sometimes I want to rush the process to
oh,
blow up.
now
Believe.
when I'm for myself, when I'm for myself, like I got to do this, and I don't need. I do the five. I say it with your chest. Now when I'm thinking about a unit, like the whole everybody that's around me, whatever, I do believe because I get find out my people believe. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I think like that because I be like because I have a lot of people now that talk with me about what I do. especially when it comes down to the podcast. A lot of people tell me, "Don't stop, man. We been checking you out."
Mm-hmm.
So it's so that song there pushed me. Yeah, but I know that now when I like I say when I want to get real sassy, I go to a class. I go to that chit chat.
Yeah.
That chit chat, man. It's like chit chat. Like yeah, just what it is. It's just a chit chat now.
It's crazy because
Yeah.
I've been touching a lot of different type. Like I've been touching a lot of different artists that I normally would not listen to on a regular day basis. Like because it's only because my head space. Like I'm much better than I was when I was writing A&D, but I still had them flashes of what was going on in my head mentally when I was
Right.
writing A&D. So it's more so like every day it's like just trying to make sure you keep getting that out your spirit, getting that out your head, getting it off you. So it's like I'll wake up one someday and be like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Like I feel like I'm trying to push the music, but what am I supposed to be doing? Bills coming. I'm stressing about the bills. I don't. Them days I turn on either slipping DMX or I turn on Lord Give
Okay.
Me a Sign.
Right.
One of them, and I have
Oh
to sit there
man.
with myself and just be
I'm,
like, come on now,
I'm
you got to
saying
figure
right
something out.
because them my two songs. When I'm like, hey, Dave, you when you said slipping, I'm like, that's DMX, and then you say, Lord give me no. I remember when I actually, when that song came, that song kicked in around 2005, 2006 for me, and at that time I was going through it. So yeah, that's yeah. So have you thought about when it comes down to your music when you write songs? Have you thought about writing motivational songs in that prospect, like what GMS wrote? Both of those are really motivational songs to me, the
Mm-hmm.
Slipping and the Lord Give Me a Sign, especially the Lord Give Me a Sign because he was a person that actually really truly tried to walk a good life, but
Mm-hmm.
lived in a dark area of life. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I say I have maybe I have because actually one of the songs that I is finished now. I just got to record it for the next project is actually pretty much a gospel based song
Oh yeah.
where it's pretty much just talking about how I know God love me and I know whatever I'm going through I can get through it as long as I just stay focused on what He need me to do. Continue to pray,
Well,
continue to give him His worship, all and you'll
right,
be all
right.
right.
Now, since you opened up that door, it was a song you did.
I've been listening to that heavy too. That song, I love that song.
Oh man, on the Go Get It Reloaded, and I don't have the song. I actually been actually looking for that whole me and Glees have been trying to see if we get the whole album to the song, so we can get that song. That song was
Cause I could actually
uh,
sing you the song. I've been listening to it a lot.
I'm telling you,
That's a
that
good
song,
song.
man, Superman, God got the S on his chest. I'm blessed. Listen, I've actually had a guy out of Jacksonville want you to do that song, for them at a concert. But I told him, I said, "Hey, man, I said I got to see if we still got the song. I got to find the song because he's actually the one that actually pressed the CDs
Hmm.
together for that." So yeah, that was one. That was another song of mine. I love that you did that. God
And
got
that
the
when I
S on his
listen to that
chest.
song now,
Ah,
that song
man,
real, it's real. What's the word? Nostalgic. I say it is for me because in a line of that song, I said, "Where can I go? I can't rely on you no more." We was the
right?
coolest. We was always
Yeah,
walking to the store, and then you
yeah,
fast forward to now, the person I was talking about is no longer on this earth, and I was able to
right.
put him in Carly the Bully and just say long live
And,
him. So that
and I
song I
put
love
two and two
listening to that.
together on that too. I was like, great day, you know what I'm saying? Because I think I asked you about the song, and you
Yeah.
mentioned when we first, because I always try to find out where the angle at is what you're going into. So if you want to you want everybody to know where to find you and where can they follow you at.
Follow me on TikTok, the official Carl-Toni. Um, Instagram, Carl_Tony. That's pretty much all I be on for the most part. Besides like Facebook and little stuff like that. But for the most part, like music getting pushed good is definitely TikTok, the official Carl-Toni, and Instagram, Carl_Tony.
And y'all know where to follow me at, man. Y'all get with me. This Speaking the Real. We had Carl, Tony, Carly the Bully, a Queen of the Lake. Hey, enjoyed. You're gonna have her back on again. Y'all just be checking us out, man. This is Speaking the Real, man. Speaking the Real. Peace.
What am I to do when they spraying lies, but this is the truth? I ain't gon' post, ain't finna hate on your growth, but they gon' hear my side in the booth. Somebody lied to me too.